Hello Ji, Namaste. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ankur Verma. This is day 3 of my summer training, and if you have not watched my previous videos on stethoscope and sphygmomanometer, I would suggest to go and watch it first and then come to this video. So today we are learning about vitals of our body. Basically, we count for 5 vitals in our body. That is, first is pulse rate, second is oxygen level, third is blood pressure, fourth is respiratory rate, and fifth being the body temperature. So first let's talk about the pulse rate. The most popular side of pulse rate is the radial pulse, which is on the lateral side of your wrist, just below your thumb. You just need to put your 2 fingers here and apply very little pressure and you will feel a pulse. You just have to count the beat for 1 minute according to the book, but you can count it for 30 seconds and multiply it by 2 only if there is no irrhythmic pulse, and if there is not non-rhythmic pulses, then you have to count it until 1 minute. Other sides of pulse is the carotid pulse just below your lower jaw, the femoral pulse between your legs, the brachial pulse in your cubital fossa, and the tibial pulse in your feet. So the normal range for adults is 60 to 100 beats per minute, and for children it's 70 to 100 beats per minute. Second is oxygen level. The device used is oximeter. Here we check the oxygen saturation level in the blood, which is also a main parameter to be measured in this pandemic. So the normal range is 95 and above, and if it's below 95, you just take 2 to 3 deep breaths and check it again. And if it's still below, consult a doctor. Third is the respiratory rate. This is very simple to count. It is just the number of breaths taken in 1 minute. For this, we just count the chest rise and depression, counting for 1 breath. So the normal range for the adults is 12 to 20 breaths per minute, and for children it's 20 to 30 breaths per minute. A point to be noted that you need to count the respiratory rate without letting your patient know, because the consciousness can alter the respiratory rate, so it's advised. Fourth is blood pressure. It is the pressure exerted by the blood on the walls of arteries. So the blood pressure is divided into 2 parts, that is systolic and diastolic. Systolic blood pressure or high blood pressure is when your heart squeezes and pushes blood into the arteries. This force creates a pressure on the walls of the arteries known as systolic pressure or the high blood pressure, which is normally below 120 mmHg. And for the diastolic pressure or the lower blood pressure is when in between the beats your heart rests and is being filled with the blood, and this is known as diastolic pressure or the lower blood pressure, which is below 80 mmHg. The device used is sphygmomanometer, and for the procedure I have already shown in my previous video. You can go and check it out. So next, fifth, body temperature. Body temperature varies depending on gender, food or fluid consumption, or any recent activities. So body temperature is measured in several ways. First is orally, the most popular. Here we use classic glass thermometer or digital thermometer under your lingual, that is tongue. Second is rectally. Here it's generally higher, 0.5 Fahrenheit higher than oral, and is considered the most accurate body temperature. Third is axillary. Here it is generally 0.5 Fahrenheit lower than oral temperature, and it's between your armpit. Here we have axillary part. Fourth is tympanic or ear temperature. Here we use a special thermometer which checks the temperature of your eardrum, and it is the body's core temperature, and it is generally advised for the infants to use tympanic body temperature. Fifth is skin temperature. Here we use a special thermometer which quickly checks your temperature on the skin of your forehead. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Bye.